Hey, it's Tim Pierce. Mark Lettieri was coming into LA to do a recording gig, and I said, hey, let me pick you up at the airport. We'll stop at my house and do some videos, and then I'll take you to your gig. And he agreed, and so he did a lot more playing than I expected. It turned out to be a 19-video episode in the Masterclass. Click the link below if you want to check that out. Also below are Mark's links. You should follow him. He's amazing. Just show me the first riff.
Okay. So this was based off of the Zapp and Rogers song, More Bounce to the Ounce.
Yeah, and this is on Instagram if you want to see this. It's a recent Instagram post.
So I sort of like reprogrammed their track and kind of, I don't know, did a baritone thing over it. But anyway, but the bass line I was kind of doing was that's essentially it. Yeah.
What's that move?
So this is like a sort of a bass player thing, but it's kind of a guitar player thing. But it also, in my mind, is emulating a pitch wheel on like a Moog.
Okay.
You know, B flat C D, slide down to C, and then up to D flat or C sharp. You know, and it's like the wrist motion. So I'm doing all of it with my pinky. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could use your third finger, but
you could. For some reason, I've always just done stuff with my pinky, like
I do too. I do power chords with my.
Oh yeah. I remember I saw Clapton play like that. You know?
Yeah.
So that probably would work. So. And I just was throwing in an open G string there.
Awesome. The feature that's really important about this, and it's something I love doing too, is it's the octave pedal.
Oh yeah.
It makes this a love fest.
Oh dude, I can't. It's like a guitar picks now. I just carry octave pedals.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know I'll mute and kind of play by the bridge, which I think with the octave pedal kind of keeps it out of bass player territory because you get the attack of the high string, or you get the attack of down here.
It's like the octave pedal like disappeared just by your hand technique.
Well, they're almost like instruments in themselves. You kind of have to learn which pickups respond the way that they need to. You know, so for me, I've got the neck and the bridge engaged for that kind of fake Telecaster sound. Right. So with the octave pedal, there's still a fair amount of snap involved, where you don't want to lose that.
Yeah. So you have it mixed so that the guitar is still full.
Well, I have the dry of the guitar all the way up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then just really actually not a whole lot of octave.
It's plenty of dry, and the octave just supplying.
That's how I do all octave pedals. I turn the dry all the way up, and then
it's really
a little bit of octave
to know the secret. And then, can you just show me what you're doing near the end?
Yeah, sure. So I kept the octave pedal on, and now this is sort of like call it like a Travis picking kind of.
And there's a fill that happens somewhere. Show me that.
That would be cool. I took this from Sean Tubbs, another great guitar player. So thanks, Sean. I owe you. So it's just a B flat over D, and then a C triad. That's it. Yeah, it's super simple, but
I've
just
never
feels
actually
great.
done that before.
So if you take the octave pedal off, you can hear, maybe a little bit more of the note depth. So I was throwing in straight country,
That's cool too.
Country G, yeah. So sometimes that whole this position is like guitar player heavy. It's like open E or something, but G because you get all those lovely open strings.
Yeah.
So it's essentially it's coming from funk but through Texas.
That's great. So hang out in G minor, and you can do so many cool things.
It's a happy place for me. I like it down there.
Thanks, Mark.
Sure.
So first of all, this chord change is the outro to Kid Charlemagne, basically, the same chords, which is one of my favorites of all time. And it basically is C major. or C major 7, however you want to look at it. A C major scale works perfectly through the whole thing. Very simple. And Mark is starting us with this particular riff here, in this very basic C position, but also positioned to basically trace an arpeggio that's this C major 7th chord here, and also the C major scale. So that's the move he makes. He's pulling off from 8 to 7, and then he traces this G major 7th chord. See that right there? Happens really quick. That's the first piece. Then he pauses and he moves to C pentatonic. That's pure C major pentatonic. The 5-note scale. Hammer on and pull off, 7, 9, 7. Landing on 10. Do the same kind of move here, 5, 7, 5. And then tie it off with that hammer on the end. Pretty brisk. And I find downstrokes are the way for me to execute it the best. Since most of it is left-hand speed, I can kind of do it with downstrokes here. Keeps me true rhythmically if I do downstrokes. Slower. And the position shift that happens here, he's basically here the whole time and then drops down here with the index finger anchored at 5. And then it's a pentatonic walk-up with double stops. Here at the end, there's a bridge that's chromatic. So instead of walking up like that, chromatic joiner. So this, muted with the left hand, the side of the left hand here, 2 notes at a time, strings 4 and 5, and then string 3 and 4, and then strings 2 and 3. And here's where it changes. So the index finger is barred, but here you're on 7 and 6. The first 2 pieces, kind of symmetrical. Same frets for each note. And then walk up. Just hold that position. Now this is brisk also. Once slow.